Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. A joint statement is issued by the Sultanate and the Republic of Austria at the end of the visit of Her Excellency the Minister of Integration and Foreign Affairs of Austria on the importance of dialogue and cooperation in finding solutions to issues in the region. The negotiators at the UN climate talks in Poland remain deadlocked on a number of thorny issues. And the European Union leaders arrived in Brussels for the second day of a summit to continue focusing on the Brexit divorce deal. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. A joint statement issued today on the visit of Her Excellency Dr. Karin Kneissel, Minister of European Affairs, Integration and Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Austria at the end of her visit to the Sultanate as follows. To enhance bilateral relations between the Sultanate and the Republic of Austria, Dr. Karin Kneissel, Minister of European Affairs, Integration and Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Austria, paid an official visit to the Sultanate from the 12th to the 14th of December. An official session of talks was held between the Sultanate and the Republic of Austria. The Omani side was chaired by His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, and the Austrian side was headed by Her Excellency Dr. Karin Kneissel, Minister of European Affairs, Integration and Foreign Affairs of Austria. The Sultanate welcomed the desire of the Austrian government to reopen its embassy in Muscat in support of existing relations and strengthening the joint ties between the two friendly countries. During the talks, a number of regional and international issues of mutual concern were also discussed. The two sides stressed the importance of dialogue and cooperation in finding solutions to regional issues and all that would enhance security and stability in the region and the world. The two sides also agreed to intensify political consultation and mutual visit to develop relations between the two friendly countries in various fields of common concern. Efforts to agree the fine print of the Paris Climate Accord nears conclusion today, 3 years after the landmark agreement on curbing global warming was sealed. But negotiators remained deadlocked on a number of thorny issues and appeared set for overtime. Some observers predict the talks will likely continue into tomorrow in an effort to ensure secure a deal this year and maintain confidence in the multilateral procedure. The Polish diplomat chairing UN climate talks in the country's southern city of Katowice issued a series of fresh drafts as the two-week meeting neared its scheduled end today. The main issues at the talks are how much financial support poor countries will get to combat and adapt to climate change, and what kind of message to send about future work to curb climate change. European Union leaders began arriving for the second day of a summit in Brussels today, expected to continue focusing on the Brexit divorce deal. British Prime Minister Theresa May had sought support from leaders gathered to help her sell the deal to hostile British lawmakers. Instead, the EU said it would plow ahead with plans for the cliff-edge no-deal Brexit on March 29th, with a raft of measures to be presented next week. European Union leaders extended punishing economic sanctions against Russia over the conflict in Ukraine for another 6 months, amid heightened tension over the Azov Sea clash. The EU first imposed the measures in July 2014 after Malaysia Airlines flight MH17 was shot down over Ukraine, killing 298 people, an attack blamed by the West on pro-Russian rebels. The sanctions target whole sectors of the Russian economy, including its valuable oil business. The Ukraine-Russia conflict flared up again last month when Russia forces seized 3 Ukrainian vessels and sailors as they tried to pass through the Kerch Strait from the Black Sea to the Sea of Azov. China pressed on with its trade war truce with the United States today, announcing it will suspend extra tariffs added to U.S.-made cars and auto parts for 3 months from January 1st. The move is another sign that the ceasefire has not been derailed by the recent arrest in Canada of a top Chinese telecom executive at the United States. Beijing raised tariffs on American-made cars and auto parts this summer by 25% in retaliation for U.S. tariffs on $50 billion of Chinese goods. Halting the duties brings the tariffs back down from 40% to 15% on all foreign vehicles. U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese leader Xi Jinping agreed on the sidelines of the G20 summit in Buenos Aires on December the 1st on a 90-day truce while they try to find a solution to the escalating trade dispute. Still to come on News Bulletin. 200 photographs showcase nature and harmony in annual exhibition of Oman Photographic Society. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The Directorate General of Airport Security of the Royal Oman Police at the new Muscat International Airport is using modern security systems used in new airports around the world. These systems contributed in facilitating the passengers' procedure and seizing prohibited items which affect the security and safety of the civil aviation. The airport security checked passengers' luggage by using most updated devices in addition to finalize the procedures of exported and imported goods and collecting taxes on them. After an academic journey for 5 years, Oman College of Health Science celebrated the graduation of first student batch of bachelor degree in various health specializations in its branch in the Governorate of Dakhiliya. During the ceremony, students performed the nursing profession oath and received their graduation certificates. They will start their work in different health establishments in the Governorate of Dakhiliya. They will join around 1,300 male and female nurses, of which Omanis represent 80%. Oman College of Health Science in the Governorate of the Far Branch celebrated the graduation of the first batch of bachelor degree students. The number amounted to 36 male and female graduates. The graduation ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Advisor Abdullah bin Aqil Al-Ibrahim, Acting Deputy Governor of the Far. During the ceremony, the graduates performed the nursing profession oath. The graduates expressed their happiness to complete their study courses, pledging to exert tireless efforts to provide best care and services to patients. In order to enhance efforts being exerted by the association to serve its members, the Oman Association for Disabled celebrated the inauguration of its new headquarters in the Wilaya of Sahar and the Governorate of North Al-Batina. The building was equipped with all requirements and needs of the disabled. It also provides various services to this important segment of the Omani society, such as giving financial support and special appliances and items like wheelchairs and beds, in addition to training them to drive. The project was funded by Sohar Aluminum Company as part of its social responsibility activities. Within the social responsibility with the private sector, the Directorate General of Health Services and the Governorate of South Sharqiya celebrated the inauguration of children parks in Sur and Ja'lan Bani Bou Ali hospitals. These projects were supported and financed by Oman India Fertilizer Company with 50,000 Omani riyals in an area of 2,105 square meters, distributed over 3 sites. The park projects were established according to standards that suits various children ages by taking into consideration all precaution and safety measures. Abu Bakra Health Center and the Wilaya of Shanas and the Governorate of North Al-Batana organized a seminar on obesity. This came within the campaign launched last September to limit this phenomenon. A number of physicians talked in the seminar about the readiness for changing and losing weight, reasons of increasing weight, and means of calculating the reduced weight. The seminar aimed also to increase the awareness of society through health education. The 25th edition of the annual exhibition of Photographic Society of Oman highlighted that some distinguished works of Omani photographers. It displayed 200 photos that dealt with elements of nature. The event came to exchange expertise among members of the association. The exhibition held at the Society's headquarters will continue till the end of this month. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear to partly cloudy skies will prevail over the northern parts of the Sultanate, with chances of rainfall over Al-Hajar Mountains. Low clouds and fog late at night and early morning are expected over the coasts of the Arabian Sea. Winds will be easterly to southeasterly, light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we enter tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. A joint statement is issued by the Sultanate and the Republic of Austria at the end of the visit of Her Excellency the Minister of Integration and Foreign Affairs of Austria on the importance of dialogue and cooperation in finding solutions for issues in the region. The negotiators at the UN climate talks in Poland remain deadlocked on a number of thorny issues. And the European Union leaders arrive in Brussels for the second day of a summit to continue focusing on the Brexit divorce deal. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, thank you for watching and have a great night.